Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting Radio, your station for empowerment, music, and talk radio. EB Radio presents Empower Hour with Jaresha. A show that shares the stories behind the journeys of leaders, influencers, and motivators. The Empower Hour with Jaresha begins now.
Great day to you all, amazing people. Welcome back to Empower Hour with Jaresha. I am your host, Jaresha Moore-Smith, and it's another amazing Wednesday. And I'm so excited that you're tuning into the show, whether this is your first time tuning in or if you've been here before. I believe you have the power to be great, have great, and do great. You just have to be willing to unleash your greatness and take action. Take action. We are, less than a few weeks away from rolling into the new year. And if you are anything like me, I am spending my time at the end of the year right now, really reflecting and working on finishing the year strong, as well as planning, prepping, strategizing for next year. I'm super excited because this year has been an amazing year. And so when you reflect, do you ask yourself key questions? Do you really just dive into each month as you look back on the previous months, your successes and wins, and your losses, everything? It is just such a great time of the year. And that's what I generally do at the end of the year. It's all about reflecting. It's exciting for me to be able to look at the accomplishments, the things, the lessons, those nuggets that I have learned over the course of the months. And if we can be honest, this year has flown by. This year has absolutely flown by. There's no way. It does not seem like it's been almost a year, right? It doesn't seem like it's been almost a year since we have set those annual goals. And for some of us, we have our word for the year. It's a big deal. Some of us have our vision board parties and all of that. It's really a big deal. And it's really exciting to me because I love being able to set goals. I love being able to help other people really accomplish their goals, really empower people to complete their goals, to really execute on their goals. And so it's such an exciting time. Really exciting time. And with that being said, so I love reading, and I really love reading those self-help, the personal development books. Like that literally it seems like anymore my whole library is full of nothing but self-help books. Anything that's going to empower me, either it's business related, personal growth, professional growth, that's what's in my library. And so anytime I come across a book that I feel like is just absolutely amazing, I like to share it with you all. I think it's very important because it empowered me or has empowered me. And so I wanted to be able to empower you. And so today that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about a book that has been very instrumental in just the way that I have looked at goal setting, the way and my approach. So my approach and how I'm setting my goals and strategizing for the year. So, because of the fact it's so important, right? It's so important for us to have a plan, for us to work our plan, for us to write things down, for us to strategize. There's so many different things. There's so many different things that we need to be doing when it comes down to our goals, right? So, this book that's called The 12-Week Year, it's by Moran and Michael Lennington. And let me tell you, absolutely amazing. Absolutely a game changer. Game changer for you, game changer for your business, game changer. Absolutely hands down. This book has been very powerful in how it will help you achieve your goals by really helping you execute more effectively, because we want to be able to move effectively, move efficiently, right? And so this is the book talks about this whole system that you can implement in your life that's going to help you really speed up that execution cycle and cut out the slacking on your annual plan and your goal planning. And really, it encourages you to measure and face up to the reality. But honestly, we need to all really make sure we're going to be engaged and commit to our goals, right? Commit to our plan. And so, with this book, it's time to get to work. It's time to get to work so that you can draft your vision and your goals and really make that 12-week plan. So, I'm not going to really go into too much of, the book and all of that. I really, when I say this book is amazing, I really want you to go out and get the book so that you can utilize some of the strategies, some of the insights for yourself. So today I'm just going to share some of the things that I have used and that I will be using for next year. It is definitely a different way for you to look at things in your own life, right? So for you to look at the way that you're setting your goals, the way that you are being productive. And so to me, this book is very motivating. It's very, very motivating because it's like you're planning for 12 weeks. You are planning for 12 weeks instead of 12 months. Now, to me, it's like, when you read the book, I actually had the Audible version first, and then I purchased the actual hard copy of the book. But it's all about a system. And if you have tuned in before, you've heard me talk about how we have to have a system. It's really great to have a system in place. And ultimately, that system is going to make you really be more disciplined, right? It's going to help you create a system of principles and disciplines to make you more productive. And so this 12-week year method is amazing, and it really helps you do just that. Now, when we think about 12 months, for many of us, we may start the year off with, I'm going to set these New Year resolutions and I'm going to have all of these things set in place because when it comes down to it, I want to make sure I am starting the year good and have all these goals and all of that. We have all these things that we put on our New Year's resolution list, right? But at the end of the day, many of us, by the time February, March rolls around, we're not. Are we really working on those goals? Are we really working on those goals? So by the time that time frame, are we still working on those goals? Many of us have slacked off and we're not working on those things anymore, or for whatever reason, life happens. And so I really feel like the 12-week year is really just amazing. It's amazing. It's powerful because when you think about it, 12 months is a long time, right? For many of us, there's no urgency. I feel like it's way too much time. And so what happens is we procrastinate, we procrastinate, we procrastinate, and we procrastinate some more, right? There's no urgency in getting things done. There's no urgency in executing on our goals. And so with the 12-week year, The method is really all about taking it and breaking it into chunks. So not saying I'm going to, have my annual plan. I'm going to plan for 12 weeks. For 12 months, but saying I'm going to break that down. I'm going to break it down into chunks of 12 weeks, right? With looking at it 1 week at a time, because we need to be looking at it in bite-sized chunks. I think we try to really bite off more than we can chew when it comes down to just wanting to get so much done that's on our list, and and then we really set ourselves up for failure. So this to me is a sure way that you can set yourself up for success. We want to be positioning ourselves for success, right? And so there are a few principles that that is mentioned in the book, and one being accountability. Now, accountability is so very, very important because accountability, like, do you really hold yourself accountable? Right? Because when it comes down to accountability, is there really ownership in it? And often we don't do a good job of holding ourselves accountable, but we don't really take ownership of what we need to be doing. So we really need to embrace accountability and ownership of our goals, of the actions that we need to take. We must be willing to own our thinking, our actions, and not really be so quick to blame other people or make excuses for the results that we're getting. So if you're not happy with the results that you've gotten in the past, then you need to look at yourself. You need to look at who's staring at you in the mirror. It's all about taking ownership and then making changes. And then one of the other principles that's mentioned is commitment. That commitment is really keeping those promises to yourselves. Can you look at your goals over the past year and really say that you were committed to getting results? You were committed. You had that strong desire, which means that when you have a strong desire, you're going to be motivated, right? You're going to be motivated to keep going when things get tough. We need to make sure that we are committed to our goals. We're committed to success and understanding what that really looks like for you. So it's accountability, commitment, and then really recognizing that you are absolutely great. Like, you're created for greatness. And because you're created for greatness, we have to be disciplined enough to stick to the things that we're setting. So sticking to our goals, sticking to our actions that we're setting, so that if anything, in any kind of challenge, any kind of obstacle comes into place, that we won't get comfortable, but we will continue moving, continue progressing, so that we can accomplish our goals and be more productive with our plan and our goals that we're setting. So, one of the other things that's mentioned in the book is how we really have to be disciplined. We have to follow, I think it's mentioned, follow 5 different disciplines, which is vision, planning, process control, measurement, and then the time use. And so when you think about vision, it's, what do you really want to get done? Your vision is really the driver of your goals, right? We need to have a compelling vision that's going to keep us motivated when things get tough, when things get challenging, when those obstacles come our way. And so we have to have a clear vision. We have to have a clear vision. And so if you were to describe your vision, what would that look like? You're going to use that vision to create your 12-week goals. And then, of course, after we have that vision clear and we've created, then comes the planning part. You have to be able to turn your vision into goals for the 12 weeks. So, based on your vision, choose one or more of your goals that you're going to pursue over the next 12 weeks. And we need to make sure that those goals are going to be SMART goals. They're going to be specific, measurable, realistic, right? We need to make sure that we have defined our actions that's going to be needed to complete the goals as well. That's so very, very important. And so, this is one of the reasons why I really love this 12-week plan because, or the 12-week year, because it allows you, I feel like it gives you the pieces so that you can begin to work it within your life, within your journey, so that you can really accomplish your goals and execute on your goals and take the action that you need to take. Then we have process control. So, disciplines is what's going to keep you on track. We need to really look at the processes that we have in place and going back to the systems that we have in place. Now, for me, I like to take, time on Mondays and Sundays to really plan my week. That has made, it has made a huge difference in being productive and my workflow and the things that I need to get done. And then also looking over my vision every single day, knowing that, this is what my vision is for my business. This is what my vision is for the goals that I have set for the 12 weeks, and keeping that at the forefront. And then make sure you take time to review your day to see how your actions are aligned with your vision. It's so very, very important. Now, one of the things that I do with, I have an accountability group, but I also have a clients that I partner with and that I work with for to hold them accountable. And so it's very important so that you're having that accountability so that you can look at your successes, your challenges, and how you did, how you're keeping track and measuring from week to week, right? Which brings me to measurement. And that is really where they talk about the weekly score and how you did on your actions. Because honestly, we all have those moments, right? We have those moments. We just mentioned how most of us procrastinate. When we set these New Year's resolutions, we procrastinate. And so, if you are holding yourself accountable, taking ownership, and then you have a weekly score on how you're doing on the actions that you're taking, that scorekeeping lets you know that what you're doing is effective. So we need to make sure that we are also measuring ourselves and then looking at the time that we're using. This is all about being intentional, intentionally planning your actions and whatever else you have going on into your week. Now, this is important as well because when it comes down to planning your actions and looking at your time, many of us always talk about how we don't have time for this and we don't have time for that. We don't have all this time that we're, needing to get stuff done. Guess what? If you are intentionally planning your actions and looking at your time, getting rid of those time wasters, we can be more productive. We can schedule block time. We can schedule time for the important task and then say no to those things that we need to be saying no to, right? Those time wasters, those distractions, and everything else that we need to really be saying no to. So intentionally using that time and being intentional with planning your action is very, very, very important. It's all about setting those 12-week goals, setting those 12-week goals and being realistic with it. So maybe your goal is to grow your business by $5,000 a month in revenue, or maybe your goal is to write 5 articles, or maybe your goal is to grow your email subscriber list. Those are all amazing goals that you can do, and you just have to be willing to put in the work, take the action, and really put everything into work Take the action. I can't stress that enough. Take the action and break your goals into action plans. That's so very, very important. 12-week goals are the bridge between your vision and your action plan. And your action plans are going to prioritize your work on a daily and weekly basis. So, one of the things that was mentioned in the book is if you want to know what your future holds, this is a direct quote. If you want to know what your future holds, look at your actions. They are the best. They are the best in predicting your future. Isn't that something? Look, if you want to know what your future holds, look at your action. What actions are you taking now that you need to make changes in your life? What actions do you need to implement into your life? See, there will always be actions that we need to be taking, right? We need to be taking actions, but how many of us really look at and evaluate the actions that we're taking in our life and if they're working for us? Some of us are really on autopilot where we're just doing the things over and over and over again and not really evaluating if it's working for us. And I think deep down we know if it's working for us. We know if we need to stop doing something. We know if we need to implement something in our lives. But it's just a matter of actually doing it. Actually going through the process and doing it. I really feel like this 12-week year is one of the things that could truly help you get yourself on track, truly help you be able to win and become successful with your goals and executing your goals for the next year. This is an absolute game changer, and it can be a game changer for you. It's just a matter of how you're going to utilize it, how you're going to implement it into your own life. Because we know that we have to make a commitment. So the question is, are you ready to make that commitment? Are you ready to make the commitment? If you have looked at, in going back to reflecting, if you've looked at the course of the year and you said, you know what, I could have done more. I procrastinated most of the year, and I did not get the things done that I really wanted to get done. I didn't accomplish everything that I wanted to get accomplished. Guess what? That means it's time for you to create a different plan. That means it's time for you to do something different for yourself. It's time for you to look at a different process, a different system, and really implement that so you can begin to take action steps. The 12-week year. Now, when I first read it, it was some time ago. So it was over a year ago. And I've loved it. Okay, I've loved this book so much that I have, of course, pulled pieces from it to be able to utilize and implement in my own life. And I'm telling you that it's an absolute game changer. Absolute game changer. And with any book that I read, going back to the self-development books, I feel like there's always action steps that you need to be taking. So I'm going to give you some of the key action steps that you should be taking after, I shouldn't say after, but whether you choose to get the 12-week year or you choose to, just take some information from what I've mentioned, however you're going to do it, just make sure you have a plan for your 2023 in executing your goals. But there are some action steps that you can really pull from the 12-week year. And so one of the things is to create a compelling vision for your life. Now, if you haven't created that vision for your life, you definitely want to start there. Create the vision for your life. It's one thing to just be on autopilot and just going with the flow, but we have to know where we're going. We have to know where we're at and then the direction we're trying to grow. And in order for us to know that, we have to have that clear vision for our life. and make sure you're writing things down. And then set the 12-week goal. Set the 12-week goal. Then break your 12-week goals into weekly and daily action plans. Then, after doing that, schedule weekly review and planning sessions to measure results and stay focused on achieving your vision. And as I mentioned, if you have not already purchased a 12-week year, make sure you read it, start implementing things, some of the nuggets, some of the insights from it, the steps, the action steps from it. It will absolutely change your life. Now, there's so much information that's contained in the book, so much. So I truly recommend, if you are new at setting goals and really wanting to, establish some kind of system for yourself, take it and break it down into smaller chunks. Break it into smaller chunks. Read a chapter and then put some action into it. Write down your action items, write down the takeaways from that first chapter, and then begin to implement it into your life. But whatever you do, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have some goals. Maybe one of your goals is to purchase the book and really start your own 12-week year plan. Because I'm telling you, it's truly amazing. And I'm not just saying that, it's truly amazing. It's really amazing and powerful when you get very inspired, just by the information, the nuggets that is being shared, and how you can really begin to implement that into your own life. Because that's what it's all about, right? You want to be able to implement it into your life. You want to be able to pull those nuggets so that you can create that plan, that vision for yourself, for your 2023, right? So we know that our life is full of distractions, it's full of just so much, right? Life has happened. It's not going to stop happening to us. But it's so important for us to have a plan, to have a process, to have systems in place that we can position ourselves, that's going to help us position ourselves for success. Ultimately, to me, that's what it's all about. It's all about getting really positioning ourselves for the success that we really want, right? The success that we deserve, the success that we're striving for. So the 12-week year, it is truly a game changer, and it's really powerful. I wanted to at least take today to kind of go through like a high overview of some nuggets, some takeaways from it, but at the same time, I'm going to continue this conversation as well for next week. So make sure you tune in to the show next Wednesday as well, because I want to actually pull out some specific examples and share with you how I have specifically used the 12-week year book and the process and the method in my own life. And hopefully this will really encourage you, inspire you, and empower you to set up your own plan, to look at your life and be intentional about the action you're going to take. Be intentional about your vision, about your greatness. I said at the very beginning of the show that you're created for greatness, right? You are created for greatness. And we can't roll into another year. We can't let another year go by where we're not working on us, where we're not focused on accomplishing our goals, on executing our goals, on really helping us and really empowering ourselves to be the best version of you. If you haven't done that, start today. Start today. You can start right now with making a commitment to yourself that you're going to work on you. You can start today as you're listening right now, and say, you know what? I am no longer gonna keep letting, this procrastination come in, and I'm not working on stuff, and I'm not getting stuff done like I want to. For 1 minute, I'm excited about things, and then for whatever reason, I'm not consistent. I lack motivation. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna make a change. You can do it. You absolutely can do it. Yes, we all have distractions, we have challenges, we have obstacles that we go through, but you can do it. It's just a matter of declaring that you can, believing you can, and making the commitment to you because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. And why not start with planning 12 weeks versus planning the whole year, right? Why not start with planning 12 weeks at a time? So I'm really, really excited. I'm really, really excited to hear from you all on if you have the 12-week year book, if it's worked for you, how has it worked for you? How are you utilizing some of the strategies? How are you planning? What are your goals for the next 12 weeks or the first 12 weeks of the year? What are your goals? It's so exciting. It's so very exciting. And I know that you absolutely got this. You absolutely got it. You just have to continue doing the work. Before I close out today, I want to mention a couple of other quotes that, because I love quotes, a couple of other quotes that I really found in this book that I was like, wow, truly amazing. You know how when you come across that just amazing empowerment quote and you want to print it off or put it up on a post-it, keep it somewhere so that you can always look at it, review it, and keep it in the front of your mind. And so, as we talk about the 12-week year and how we talk about procrastination, and really it's a matter of if you're going to do something different, if you're going to make a change, you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. And so, one of the quotes is inside of the book said, the number one thing that you will have to sacrifice to be great, to achieve what you are capable of, and to execute your plan is your comfort. Are you ready to sacrifice your comfort? I'll tell you, I had to sacrifice my comfort a long time ago because I knew that in order for you to grow, in order for you to reach the level of success that you want and desire and deserve, that you have to step outside of your comfort zone. So are you ready to make that commitment? Are you ready to sacrifice that comfort zone and being comfortable? Because to be great, you have to step outside of that comfort zone. To achieve what you want, to execute your plan, you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, this thing, this 12-week plan, it's amazing. It's all about being productive. We love being productive, right? We absolutely love being productive. Who doesn't want to be productive? That was one of the reasons why came across the book originally, because I'm like, you know what? I'm always looking for different tools and different strategies just to help me improve, right? And so because we're looking for those strategies and looking for those tools to help us improve, when you come across something great, it's you just absolutely want to share with everybody. And so, like I mentioned with the 12-week year, there is another tool that if you haven't heard about it, I'm going to share with you right now. The tool is called ClickUp. ClickUp lets you create those rich text docs for your marketing plans, for report strategies, files. It helps you not just from a business standpoint, but also from a personal standpoint. You can store everything all in one place with ClickUp, and even attach tasks to them. It will help you with collaborating with your team in real time. And maybe you don't have a team. Maybe you are just looking for some kind of system, some kind of tool to utilize that can really help you keep track of your goals, your action plans that you're setting for your 12-week year. I tell you what, ClickUp is your tool. ClickUp is your tool. Look for details on how you can learn more about ClickUp in the listener perks. Absolutely love ClickUp. It has been a game changer for not just my personal life, but my business as well. Now, when it comes down to the 12-week year and some of the other quotes that I mentioned that was in the book that is just absolutely powerful, that makes you think, that really just wants you want to keep being motivated and snap into action and executing on your goals, I want to mention one other one that I felt like was absolutely powerful. Just absolutely powerful. And that is when an individual is reluctant to take the necessary actions required to accomplish a goal, it is an indication that they own their current comfort more than they own the future described in their vision. It goes back to your comfort. Now listen, if you're on this journey, if you're ready to really begin a new process, if you're ready to start something new and make a change and really get the success that you want, desire, and deserve, then you're gonna have to really assess where you are, and know that you're gonna have to take those necessary steps, the necessary action required to accomplish that goal. You're gonna have to get out of that comfort zone. Get out of that comfort zone. It's time to leave that comfort zone. It is time to leave that comfort zone so you can begin to work on the things that you need to work on for you and accomplishing your goals. So I truly, truly hope that today you felt inspired. I hope that you felt motivated and really you just felt empowered to learn more about this 12-week year, because it's really powerful. And not just that, but the power comes in how you use it. How are you going to use the knowledge? I feel like once information has been shared, so you're listening to this right now, once it has been shared, you have a responsibility to do something with it. Not to just listen, but what is the action that you're going to take? What are you going to do today? What are you going to do today to start planning your 12-week year? How are you going to achieve your goals and really execute more effectively? I'll tell you how I have, and that is using some of the strategies that's in this book. Truly, truly a game changer. So I truly hope that you have felt inspired, empowered today to look at your own plan. Look at the process that you have set for for setting your goals, and whether you have an annual process that you have implemented, like so many of us with the New Year's resolution. Look at that and how you can begin to make some changes so that you actually begin to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. So it's been absolutely amazing. I thank you for your continued support of the show. Thank you for tuning in each and every week. We have some amazing people that are tuning in each and every week from so many different countries. And I thank you so much for your continued support. I hope that today you felt empowered for growth and success. I am your host, Jaresha Moore Smith. And until next time on Empower Hour with Jaresha, stay safe and be blessed.
Thank you for listening to the Empower Hour with Jaresha, where Jaresha speaks with leaders, influencers, and motivators who share their journey in personal and professional growth, empowerment tips, lessons learned, and keys of success that will empower you to your best self. Follow Jaresha on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Jaresha Moore, and visit www.empoweronpurpose.com. Remember to be intentional and be empowered, and have a great day on purpose.